What's up guys, my name is Aaron. Today I'm going to be reviewing Doctor Strange. This is the 14th Marvel movie that's come out so far. It is directed by Scott Derrickson and it stars Benedict Cumberbatch. I really wasn't looking forward to this movie that much. I'm not really like a huge Benedict Cumberbatch fan. Like, he's not somebody that I will go watch a movie just because his name is in it. I heard that Joaquin Phoenix was like really close to signing up for this movie, and I would have really preferred him because I feel like Joaquin Phoenix is, to me, a top 5 actor out right now, and him being in this universe would be different, and I would really like to see him in like a bigger role, I guess. And I felt like I'm kind of done with the superhero origin story. I don't know how many times I can kind of go over this type of story, but I was open-minded to it. I thought this was like a fine movie. I didn't think it's like one of the best superhero movies of all time. In the Marvel catalog, I would probably put it in the middle, but it was definitely like a fine movie, nothing too special to me. The best thing about the movie is definitely the visual effects. Like, this is legit nothing like I've seen from Marvel at all. They alter properties and they actually go into different dimensions and stuff. They like alter like the shape of buildings, they like meld it and stuff like that. There's also some magic involved with the movie too, so you get to see that, and that's something that you really don't get to see in Marvel movies outside of, I guess, some of the stuff that Scarlet Witch does. To me, the visual effects were really reminiscent of movies like Inception or The Matrix, but I also like this movie also had like a psychedelic and almost like 70s vibe to it, like the way that the effects were interlaced into the movie and stuff, and I did like that a lot, and that really gave it a lot of originality that you don't really get to see from a lot of movies. I definitely thought this was a visually gorgeous movie. It's definitely worth a trip to the theaters just for that, and I did like the acting. It really did elevate the overall story to me, because I felt like the story was generic. I felt like Benedict Cumberbatch did a really good job as Doctor Strange. He really pulled off the ego, the intelligence, the charisma really well, and you got to see a little bit of who his character was. I felt like he did a really good job of the role, and I look forward to seeing him in other movies. I felt like Tilda Swinton was really good as the Ancient One. She really transformed into this character, but she really does that with a lot of roles. She really gave off that wisdom that you really need with a character like this, and I felt like she did a really good job overall in this movie. Chiwetel Ejiofor as Mordor, I thought that he was like the best part of the movie. Acting wise, his character was really interesting to me, that you can kind of see that he was like a really noble type of dude, and he was really kind of staunch in his ways, and he kind of disagrees with Doctor Strange, and seeing their conversations is really interesting, kind of seeing his point of view and stuff, and his character going forward, I really am looking forward to where his character goes. Really good performance, and I thought that that character was really interesting. The acting was pretty much on point, I felt like, from the entire movie. It kind of elevated my overall feelings of it because the actors were so committed to the roles overall. Like all Marvel movies, I felt like this had like a pretty weak villain. Mads Mikkelsen as the villain, it was really kind of forgettable. They did try to give him like a past with the Ancient One that was kind of interesting, but I felt like the role was kind of underwritten and kind of getting this really great actor. If you've seen Hannibal, this dude is just fantastic. Mads Mikkelsen was just kind of overall wasted to me. Like I said earlier, I felt like the story was really generic. It was kind of surprising because I felt like this was like really like the chance to kind of do something different with the origin story that they set apart, but this is really like all the other Marvel movies. If you've seen any of them, you pretty much know the beats of how the story is going to go, and I felt like Strange is pretty much Iron Man, but he's not as much of an asshole, and that's kind of how I see them going forward with this character, like the new Iron Man, if they try to establish a new group of Avengers. I thought that they could have done a little bit more to give him a little bit more originality to his character, and to me, Rachel McAdams just kind of felt wasted to me. She's like a really great actress, and she was really only given like a few scenes to really do anything, and it was just really, I guess, just a waste of her talents to me. She kind of felt like Natalie Portman and the Thor movies. Like, it could have been anybody in that role to me, but she was good in the role. Just, it could have been anybody. But overall, I did enjoy the movie. I thought the visual effects were definitely like the thing that you need to watch in theaters. Like, they were amazing. If you like movies like Inception or The Matrix, the first one, I would definitely recommend it just for the visual like aspect alone. I felt like the acting was fantastic. They really elevated the roles that they were in, and it kind of gave it a different feeling to this kind of generic story. I felt like the villain was kind of wasted. Mads Mikkelsen was given like a kind of underwritten role. I thought he did a good job with it, but it was just really underwritten, not a lot for him to do. But they do set up a villain for the future that I feel like could be really interesting. And the beats feel really similar to other Marvel movies. It really feels like a rehash of Iron Man at the core of the story. But overall, I thought this was an enjoyable movie. I would give this a B. This isn't anything that I would kind of go out and watch again based on like the story and stuff, but I feel like the visual effects really pushed it over the edge, and I do think that the actors were really committed to the roles. So what did you guys think? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Let me know in the comments what you thought, and thanks for watching. Thanks guys. Bye.